Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video, and let's take a quick look at a couple of things. One trade here that I'm looking at, we had a really solid trade in Google earlier last week. It was the 715, 735 call debit spread, and essentially it was $20 wide, got out at 19 bucks. That was great. And so the question is are we done here? Because if you look at this, we got to this level, we're at the tree line, but we're consolidating here and we're just kind of trading back and forth. Now if you look over here, you're going to see a weekly squeeze, which means a potentially massive move higher in Google. Okay, and then if we look in terms of the short term, the 39-minute chart is a nice squeeze setting up, and at this point you can see we're just kind of hugging that tree line. I'm anticipating that this pops higher, and I don't, you can see here the Bollinger Bands on that weekly squeeze, right? Well, they're not quite ready to pop out yet, so I'm not anticipating that this is ready yet. But with something like this, what we did today is just kind of added on a new spread, the 740, 760 call debit spread actually is a diagonal, with just the idea that we could kind of work our way up to 755, potentially 760 over the next week. Okay, so again, not looking for some kind of a huge move, but something that is tradable. And then the other one here that we're keeping an eye on is Facebook. Facebook has a nice daily squeeze in place. We're just hugging this, just pushing against this. And I do like this. A lot of this, of course, depends on the market. At this point, we are starting to see some squeezes across the market as well on the NASDAQ, especially on the 195-minute charts, which bodes well for a little bit more upward prices. And last but not least, let's see. A trade that I like here quite a bit is MasterCard. And this is one that we've legged into a couple of different times. We initiated some positions on it, and then yesterday, and what's interesting here is when you have a daily squeeze like this, so we kind of picked some up here in case it was ready to go, but we also wanted to leave a little bit of ammunition left, i.e. buying power, for this trade in case of any pullback. Well, we did get a pullback, and so we were able to kind of add to that position, giving ourselves kind of a better overall price. So you can see right now where our initial positions, which were shorter term, are essentially break even, making money here, losing money here. The ones that we're able to add are actually doing quite well. So in a perfect world here, we can ease our way up into Thursday or Friday. So we've got the 95 call here. I mean, well, here, let me get the Analyze tab. So the way you can see is that, obviously if we can get to, well, even if we close where we are, we'll end up making a little bit of money. With that long call, with that long call right here, we get capped at 98, or with the calls that we sold short, but then those expire this week, and then it's kind of free to run. And so on something like that, what I'm looking at is, if we come over here and we take a look at this again, that in a perfect world, come Friday, let's say we're at 97, right? Then there's nothing we have to do here. Those expire worthless. This one ends up making a little bit of money, not much. And then, of course, this call debit spread ends up making some money, not a ton, but enough. And then these are positioned in the next week. And then what I would do is, you can see that this $93 call that expires in 16 days, I could turn that into a diagonal this Friday by selling a call next week against it. So that's just a strategy there. And the goal here is to kind of stay theta neutral to potentially positive, meaning that we're not losing a lot of money on premium decay. We're kind of balancing that out so that a sideways market is our friend. Okay, and if I wanted to let you know, we do have a free webinar coming up this upcoming Tuesday, so next week, June 7th. From 7 to 8 o'clock Central Time. That's, of course, 8 to 9 East Coast Time. And just wanted to get you queued up for this one. I think this one's going to be a bigger event. There's going to be a lot of people on it, and just want to make sure that you kind of get your information in early so that you're on the registration list. Same drill, name, email there. But it's gonna be Chris and I talking about precise short-term option setups low risk profits, volatile markets. Rest of the summer is looking to be volatile. This is going to be a focus on short-term trading. Some of it's day trading. Some of it's trades that last a couple of days. Not looking at leaps or anything like that. And just kind of showing some different case studies, different indicators that we're using to take advantage of that. And this will be the first time that Chris and I have done a webinar together, which will be a lot of fun. I always love the different things that he looks at, and looking forward to seeing you there. You guys have a good night.